Welcome back to Championship Boxing here at the Hershey Center in Mississauga. What a night we've had so far, Roger. And you know, we talk about the crowd and the way they've got into this. You look around and you look at the faces, and everybody that's here wants to be here and is enjoying the heck out of being here.
Well, Doug, it is a packed house here, and the crowd is enjoying what they've seen so far, and why not? The first two fights, Junmar Iman and Dylan Carmen, putting forth great efforts and picking up the wins.
Let's go to the ring. Here's Thomas Trotter.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, David Aucoin.
Gentlemen, David Aucoin makes his way to the ring.
Well, Doug, he's trying to break the Brantford curse. He's telling me before tonight's fight, or a little earlier this evening, no Brantford fighter has ever won at the Hershey Center. And he's a Brantford fighter.
Well, David Aucoin's one of these old school type fighters. He'll come, he'll fight anybody. He always puts on a good show. It just doesn't seem to get the victory in his hometown. Stephen Wilcox, 170 amateur fights, a two-time national champion. Got a whole family of brothers that have all been Canadian champion. I'm expecting, you know, just like the first fight, who's going to be able to impose their will better here? We got a taller guy that will definitely this time use his reach and boxing move with sharp little right hands. And you got Aucoin who's going to bring the pressure and the action for the whole fight.
And now, welcome to the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner, Steve the Piranha Wilcox.
You talked about Steve Wilcox, Brian, and you know, that vast experience, Roger, coming into the ring, that can only suit him going in against Wilcox.
Yeah, 170 amateur fights. Yeah. You know, a guy like this has been through everything. So I don't think there's much that Aucoin's going to throw at him that he's not seen before. But without the headgear, the smaller gloves, you could be in danger at any time.
That's the one advantage for Aucoin. Experience, not overall in boxing, but in
as
the professional ring.
That's right. Definitely.
Yeah. 2 wins, 5 losses for Wilcox as
for Aucoin.
For Aucoin as Wilcox steps into the ring.
You know, when I heard
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is being brought to you by United Promotions and Hennessy Sports, along with their great sponsors, Great Lakes Brewery, maker of Red Leaf Beer, and also Everlast, unleash your champion. This bout is scheduled for 4 rounds of boxing in the super lightweight division, and our 3 judges are William Boudhu, Kelly Zolnierczek, and Alan Davis. When the bell rings, our referee in charge, the 3rd man in the ring, will be Dave Dunbar. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, he's wearing black trunks with red and weighed in at 139 pounds. Hailing from Brantford, Ontario, his record consists of 2 wins, 5 defeats, with 1 of his 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome David Aucoin. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing blue trunks trimmed in white and weighed in at 138 pounds. Hailing from Hamilton, Ontario, he is undefeated with 1 win, and that 1 win comes by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Steve the Piranha Wilcox.
Gentlemen, I know we went through the rules in the dressing room. Belt line
here
here
again,
above
the
this.
height advantage for Wilcox. Aucoin's going to have to get in.
Any questions for corners? Let's go now, gentlemen. Good luck.
Talk to me, Brian, about that height advantage.
Well, I think Aucoin's going to have to bring it right to Wilcox and keep him on the retreat. But I've had a lot of fighters fight Stephen Wilcox, and he moves nice and uses that reach beautifully. I guess, again, who's going to be able to impose their will? You see Aucoin looping punches early, trying to catch Wilcox off guard in the early part of this fight, and he just did with the left uppercut. So those awkward punches, can always catch.
Nice counter coming from Wilcox.
You'll see Wilcox settle in here and start working that jab pretty well, I'm pretty sure of it.
I already tell Wilcox has some pretty good hand speed. That jab, quick, snaps it out, brings it right back.
Aucoin tries to step in. Wilcox comes underneath and catches him right in the middle of the chest.
That's a nice jab. It looks like a nice snappy jab. It doesn't seem to have a whole bunch on it at this point, but he's measuring it. Seems to be finding his range. I guess we'll just wait to see what comes of this measuring stage of this fight. Oh, a nice short right hand. And you can see the speed advantage for Wilcox here to the offset.
And you can see the fact that Aucoin is really just trying to catch up and gauge the speed of which those punches are coming.
He's coming forward. He's trying to close the distance and land the big shot. But as we've seen so far, Wilcox is successful in keeping him on the outside.
Well, Aucoin's record just 2-5, but he makes a good point. He's never lost to a guy who wasn't undefeated. And of course, Wilcox tonight is 1-0 undefeated as well.
Oh, that's an interesting stat. It shows a young fighter that has a lot of courage and confidence in himself to go in and fight anybody.
Wilcox steps back in, gets the right hand underneath yet again. This time connects with the left. Aucoin trying to get inside, but Wilcox seems to be countering very nicely.
He's got good balance in his legs. You can see he's set to punch at any time, and that's why his counter punching is successful at this point so far in Wilcox. In Wilcox's professional debut, he landed a beautiful short right hand to end the night for his opponent. And I wasn't sure as a professional what kind of snap he'd have on his punches, but as you see tonight, again, in just his second professional fight, he's putting them together well.
A little bit of a welt under the left eye of Wilcox. A little bit of blood there.
That must have walked into a good right hand.
Aucoin doing a pretty good job himself, though, as he tries to get in on the taller fighter. Good head movement using different angles. He's not walking into anything major in this first round.
So far, it's exactly what you'd expect. You got Aucoin hunting down Wilcox, and Wilcox trying to box on the outside.
In a short fight like this, in a 4-round fight, you can't afford too many rounds of feeling out the other fighter.
Well, you're right there, but, as that round showed, I believe Wilcox was in control while feeling out. So, in a close round, you can't afford to give away any rounds in a 4-round fight. But I think he was in control. I don't think there was any landslide in that round. It was a slow round, but it was a close. I think it was an easy victory for Wilcox. I'd say he's up 1-0 on the cards at this point.
Roger, Aucoin threw a lot of punches that just missed their mark.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that the reason for his 2-5 record so far? Now, you talked about the undefeated guys he's fought in the past, but we saw a lot of punches that were just more like trying to go for the big shot and missed.
I don't know if I'd say that's why his record is 2-5 necessarily. He has fought some good fighters, so we give him credit for that. And this is another very accomplished fighter trying to get in on that long reach of Wilcox. He's done a decent job. He's on the inside right now.
I spoke to Aucoin's manager, Bill Williams, and manager and coach this afternoon, and he says anytime Aucoin's offered a fight, it doesn't matter who it is, he wants to fight. So, he's just got the guts to go with the hands, and he's ready to fight anybody at any time. And that might be why his record shows that he's 2-5.
He'll take anybody on in the ring as long as he gets his shot.
And I've seen him win a couple fights, and I've seen him lose a couple fights, but I've never seen him in a dull fight. So let's hope this fight picks up to be a barn burner like the first two.
Again, both fighters come together.
Little break in the action here. Both guys kind of waiting to see what their next move is, but
You have the Sutter brothers in hockey, and you have the Wilcox brothers in boxing.
oh yeah, I've traveled with these kids. I've been to Ireland 4 out of the 5 and coached them over in Ireland international competition. And what the whole family is a great boxing family. I've told his mother that I believe their family is the nicest family I've ever met in boxing. They always show up to support the other clubs, their own boys. They're big supporters of Boxing Ontario, and they're all stellar boxers and even better people. So it's a pleasure to be friends with them.
Wilcox doing a good job of off the clinch, backing away, not getting touched, and getting one in on his own. There's that big jab you guys talked about again. And again over the top. Aucoin gets his plunge in. Wilcox in the blue trimmed in white, Aucoin in the black and orange. And again, Wilcox the busier of the two fighters, Roger.
He is, and he's using his jab, and now he's on the hunt. Quick hands, now showing some power as well. This is a good young boxer we're watching right now on Stephen Wilcox.
Yeah, seems to be starting to put the combinations together pretty good. And I think it is a matter of time before, he settles into his zone and starts firing those great combinations like we've seen so far in this round.
You could see so many times Stephen Wilcox gets in, gets set, and backs away to sort of regroup, reset again. Almost like the time isn't right to throw the combination he was looking to go with.
One thing I don't like that I'm seeing out of Wilcox so far is at the end of his combinations, you see Aucoin about to punch, and Wilcox lifts his head straight up in the air as he backs up. That's a dangerous place to be when you got a guy swinging at all angles like David Aucoin. You don't want to lift your head.
Catch your clip shot on that, down you go very quickly.
That's right.
Look at the Wilcox family now, Aucoin's corner, and the Aucoin's corner have to be fairly pleased with their strategy so far, but he's probably down the first 2 rounds. So what does the corner say to him in this situation? You're carrying out the game plan, but not quite getting it done.
I think he does have to pick up the pressure a little bit more. He's letting Stephen Wilcox be a little bit too comfortable. When Steve takes breaks, Aucoin's allowing him to take breaks. And what Aucoin should be doing is getting his head on his chest and banging away to the head of the body. You can't let a guy like Stephen Wilcox, who's already winning the fight, sit there and land the jab when he wants to.
The challenge is when he wants to take his breaks, he may be getting lulled into taking too many breaks.
Yeah. Just for this next round here, I'd love to see
More activity.
Aucoin really put the pressure on and take the fight to Stephen Wilcox. Got to see what this young professional has here. That's a nice jab right there. Hits the body, but again, you see he lifts his head after he punches. And I think he might get away with it tonight, but there it is again. But down the stretch, he needs to really concentrate on that.
And there's the overhand left coming from Aucoin. That catches Wilcox on just above the ear. Aucoin trying to get inside, pins Wilcox against the ropes. Wilcox comes out with a left hook.
Okay, it was really quite well. Aucoin really applied the pressure there and seemed to have some success in it, but you see him retreat and moving around again, letting Wilcox take back over in his strategy.
He had him against the ropes, and then he backed off.
Yeah,
of it.
which I thought was odd.
He has to turn this into more of a brawl.
Yeah, definitely. If you're gonna try to outbox Stephen Wilcox, I don't think it's gonna happen tonight.
I think he's respecting that jab a little bit too much.
Maybe. I don't know if it's... There was no short notice or anything here. He's had lots of time to prepare, and I'd like to see him really pick up the pressure here and make a real run for the victory here down the last 2 rounds.
There's a
great
combination
left
from
the body.
Wilcox, and then he follows up with the right, but wasn't able to connect on that one.
And the jab at the end, using his angles. Wilcox is doing some nice things here. A young professional, he's got a lot to learn, but he's on his way.
Oh, he He looks comfortable in there. He has good footwork, and that hand speed is still with him.
There you go. Got caught with that one while pulling out the back of the hand. He's just got to be aware of the fact that guys are going to open that up, and you catch that on video a few more times. In the future, that's going to be a big key for opponents on it.
Well, you know, he's a student of the sport, Wilcox. He's had 170 amateur fights. You see him put his punches together beautifully, and he'll watch this tape. Him in his corner, his dad, his new coach, they're going to sit down, watch the mistakes, dissect it, and I know he'll be making improvements for his next fight.
Randy Tull, the head trainer for Wilcox. His father, Robert, the second in the corner for tonight's fight.
There's a good combination coming from Stephen Wilcox.
Seems to be putting them together really nice now, landing some nice combinations.
You can see the confidence growing with every minute as it goes by in this fight.
You can see, you look at Aucoin's feet, he seems very flat-footed. And Wilcox on the balls of his feet can really seems to snap that jab at any time he wants.
Wilcox doing a good job staying to the outside and making Aucoin track him through the ring. And Wilcox able to snap off a few good combinations in that third round. And I think Wilcox took that third as well.
Yeah, I've got it. A shutout. 10-9, all 3 rounds for Wilcox. And I'd like to see, like I said, I'd love to see Aucoin come out flying in this last round. Take a real run at it.
Roger, some great combinations from Stephen Wilcox in this one.
Yeah, he starts it all off with the double jab and then follows it with 3 more punches in bunches, and you know there's not a whole lot Aucoin can do. We're seeing a good boxing display from Stephen Wilcox from Hamilton, Ontario here tonight. Aucoin, he's game. He's come out with a good strategy, trying to get on the inside, maybe backs off a little bit, but when you have a precision puncher in there, you eat a few of those jabs, you know, you think twice.
Brian, Roger talked about punches and bunches, but they're not causing a lot of damage.
You know, he's never been a one-punch knockout artist, but, you know, as you saw in his first pro fight, you start putting them together nicely, and the perfect shot lands on the chin. You can end a fight with that.
Yep. The culmination of damage throughout a fight. Stephen Wilcox in this last round.
He's been working a lot with a strength and conditioning coach. His power has got up since he's turned professional. He was even a lighter puncher in the amateurs, but I think he's looking all right tonight. Just confident. He's fighting an experienced veteran and professional Aucoin here, and I think he looks okay.
Aucoin tries to muscle him against the ropes, and Wilcox battles out. David Aucoin looking for that opening, and Wilcox just is not affording him the opportunity. Wilcox, good combination on the ropes. He's got Aucoin backpedaling now. Gets him against the ropes. He's able to hold him there. Goes to the body. Aucoin niftily moves out of the corner.
Yeah, that's where I'd like to see Aucoin just pushing and pushing. But again, he backs away. It might have been the combination of Wilcox that did send him backwards. Oh, and a nice left hand lands by Wilcox. Digging the body.
Yeah, sure is coming up with a couple of big combinations in a row.
We are in the last round of this one, but in a 10-round fight, those are the kind of body shots that slow a guy down.
Yeah, and they really end up paying the price at the end of the night. But this being the last round, Roger, you got to believe Stephen Wilcox just wants to toe the line right now and finish this fight off like he's done the first 3 rounds.
Well, this is just his second pro fight, but you can see his amateur background. He's cool, calm, and collected in there, still throwing combinations, going to the body. He's not in the pro fight, 5,000 fans around him, and, you know, loses his head. He has the game plan, and he's doing a great job in there.
Yeah, he seems to look like he's pretty comfortable in there. Oh, and he lifts his head and catches a big right hand over the top.
That's the second time in this fight we've seen it, and you know going forward, Stephen Wilcox will have that corrected.
Yeah, he's got a great corner, and they'll watch the tape, and they'll figure out all the mistakes and change them. No doubt about it.
Aucoin might try to correct it in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's true, too.
And that's one of the big keys. David Aucoin is now...
Let's hope it's done by his coaches.
Aucoin is not giving an inch here in the 4th round. He's making Wilcox work for every piece of ring that he's able to get.
Yeah, he's doing what he's, you know, here to do. He's getting paid to be put on a fight, and that's what he's doing right here.
Nice combination from Wilcox as he comes over the top yet again. It's that first jab that he lets go, and he's able to follow it up with the right coming over top.
balance, good footwork. He's got some really great tools, Wilcox.
Absolutely. You give him high marks for anticipation. He knows what moves are coming, and he's really going to finish off with a flurry. Looking for that big right-hand bomb.
As he matures in the game, his power will increase. As he settles down a little bit more, he'll have more snap on those punches. But tonight, an all-around good performance. I'll give him a B+.
Roger, you take a look at the highlights, and you look into that fourth round, and it was really Stephen Wilcox starting to find his zone, starting to know what he can do and how much ring he can work with.
Yeah, he had Aucoin pretty much figured out at this point. The fourth round is when Aucoin really had to turn it on because he was down on the scorecards, but it was actually Wilcox that took it to Aucoin in that fourth round, trying to chop him down there right at the end. A couple of big body shots.
We're going to take a break here on Championship Boxing. Coming back with more. Stay with us. Welcome back to Championship Boxing. Let's go back to the ring. Here's Thomas Driver.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges, William Boodhoo, Kelly Zolnierczek, and Alan Davis, are all in agreement, scoring it exactly the same, 40-36, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated, Steve the Piranha Wilcox. And ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for David Aucoin?
So Stephen Wilcox stays undefeated at 2-0, Brian, and you know what? It was really a culmination of matching up well with David Aucoin.
Used that height advantage beautifully. He worked the jab. As we said and we pointed out, he did make a few mistakes, but he's a young professional. I think if the corner watches this fight, dissects it, he will come back better and better with every fight. He'll be a decent professional, no doubt about it.
Roger, there's guys with 15, 20 professional fights that still learn something every time they step in the ring.
Well, and he'll definitely learn from this, as Brian says, when they watch the tape backing out with his chin up. That could be a costly error for him in the future, but they'll also look at this and see that he did a lot of things right. He used the jab, he used his height advantage, and then when he was on the inside at times there as well, he landed some punches, he worked the body, he worked the head. It was a good overall fight for Wilcox.